Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
In our fire watch, evacuations are now lifted for people living near the Parkway fire in Post Falls. Kootenai County Fire and Rescue says people were able to return to their homes and roads opened up Sunday morning. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Jordan Smith. And that rain brought relief for those fire crews battling the 80-acre fire. That fire started on Friday, burning in a steep and heavily timbered area above the Spokane River near the dam at Post Falls. Firefighters will still be working on the fire for a few days, and temporary signs are up to slow traffic on Riverview Road. Cumellan Park remains closed to the public, and no homes were lost or damaged in this fire. The Spokane Police Department needs your help finding a missing 60-year-old man. Gerald, who goes by Jerry, was last seen leaving his home in North Spokane on East Lyons Avenue at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. SPD says Jerry has dementia, and his family believes he may have gone further toward Hilliard. Jerry is a white male, about 6'1". He has a long white beard and long hair, and was last seen wearing a black shirt with green writing on it and wearing some blue sweatpants. Well, if you're a peach lover, there's no better way to maybe spend your weekend than picking your own peaches. Many local farms in Green Bluff are kicking off peach picking season this year, but this hot and dry weather we've been talking about is causing a lot of headaches for local farmers. Our Peter Choi was in Green Bluff today. He explains the impact that this dry summer has had on their produce.
I'm at Walter's Fruit Ranch right now, and take a look at this. So the size of these corn stalks should be about this height around this time, but because of drier weather season this year, they're really struggling to grow. And the owner tells me she's worried about future events in September, like the corn maze.
It's one of the events that we wait for every summer. Picking those delicious fresh fruits and vegetables from our local farms.
We are picking some plums and enjoying the live music.
Strawberries and our corn, they've definitely been affected.
These hot and dry conditions are not helping. Morale says the lack of rainfall is putting stress on the farmers and their produce.
Less strawberries than last year, smaller plants than last year. Our corn is taking a lot longer to get taller.
That's going to impact any of the events that you guys putting out in September?
Yeah, for sure. For like, our Apple Festival and our Fall Festival that happens in September and October. People come up here for the maze and the fun and stuff. While we'll have our apples will be phenomenal, with that corn, it just kind of makes it a little lighter out there.
Morale says despite the bone-dry summer, picking season will still be in good shape. Thanks to their irrigation system, you will still be able to snag some delicious peaches.
We'll have peaches from basically here on until Labor Day. For you pick, we offer already picked peaches. We'll have nectarines closer towards the end of the month, maybe third week. Plums, and then apples. We have summer apples that'll start at the end of the month.
In Green Bluff, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
And those dry conditions, they were more than just the past month. This has been building all year long. And one reason why drought is spreading across the inland northwest. The last couple of days, at least, are trying to push that in another direction. It's not a lot, but it's something. This is the first rain in Spokane that we got early this morning in 27 days since July 10th. Once again, better than nothing, and we got another good shot at some rain as we head into tomorrow. In fact, we have such a good shot at rain. It's so moist out there that some of these storms as we head into tomorrow could produce some pretty heavy rain, and so flash flooding potential around areas that were recently burned by wildfires. In these areas shaded in green from Orofino into Shoshone County, into the panhandle of North Idaho, and then across our northern mountains in northeastern Washington. So something to be alert for, and make sure you got those push notifications on the 4 News Now weather app to keep you alert. Look what's happening across our northern counties here, where we do have some thunderstorm activity. Another round up in the mountains above Medellin Falls and Ione. We've got in Cascade, right at the top end of the river there, we've got some lightning strikes and some action there moving into northern Ferry County. If you're in Tenasket, you got some showers up to the north here as well, and then some big storms slowly trying to push their way across the Waterville Plateau towards Coulee City. So that's what's happening right now. I'll tell you what to expect as we head through tomorrow. Coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks for that. While crews were battling the Sunset Fire in the West Hills on Thursday, 4 additional fires were intentionally started nearby. And we learned that these fires sparked up hours after a series of messages were discovered by police promising to burn down Spokane. Those writings were found under a viaduct near downtown. You can see on your screen right there. They were found Thursday morning. All of them were dated August 3rd, just hours before they were discovered, or rather hours after they were discovered. Those flames began appearing in the West Hills neighborhood, forcing an urgent response from fire crews to prevent them from reaching homes and businesses nearby. Spokane Police and Spokane Fire are sifting through security camera footage and investigating these messages, calling it a very important part of the investigation.
It was dated 8/3, and those were written in the morning, and then obviously the fires later were certainly suspicious and caused some concern from a number of people across the community. We haven't found a direct connection between those messages that were downtown to these fires, but that's certainly an important part of this investigation.
And thanks to that urgent response from crews, that fire has since been put out, and they were actually able to leave the site on Friday evening. Well, a new pill, the first of its kind, could help those struggling with postpartum depression. We'll tell you more after the break. Plus, drinking too much water in a short period of time can have harmful effects on your health. Ahead, we'll break down that rare condition.
And we are keeping an eye on those thunderstorms in the inland northwest. Coming up, I'll tell you what else we need to be looking out for in the week ahead, and why tomorrow could be the wettest day yet. That's coming up.
Four News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by River Ridge and Peters Hardware.
This Friday through Monday only, it's the anniversary 4-day super sale at Furniture Row. And that means the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Find deep discounts on every sofa, dining table, and bed, like the Mainstay sofa, now only $6.99. The Martin Dining Group, only $3.99. The Glenwood Queen Bed, just $7.99. And the Queen Size Summit, now only $299.99. Plus, 6 years, no interest. But hurry, the anniversary 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
What's up at DQ? That guy's going fry first on a $7 meal deal. Ooh, or is it dessert first? These two are debating which $7 meal deal, with fries, drink, and a sundae, is the best full-size meal deal of all.
Cheeseburger.
Chicken strips.
And he can't believe he got a full-size meal for just $7.
Can't believe I got a full-size meal for just $7.
That's a $7 meal deal, and that's what's up at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Despite the cape, Tom here has no actual superpowers. He just entered the Super Sevens giveaway at Northern Quest. Now he's got a shot at $77,777 this month and a Yukon Denali next month. So naturally, he feels super. And we're feeling lucky he's not in a full spandex bodysuit. The Super Sevens giveaway at Northern Quest. Get your free entries daily. Details at northernquest.com.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. Get 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on a Toyota certified used Camry, Corolla, or RAV4. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Feelings, hey. You feel like summer, baby, dancing near the lobby. Still catching feelings for you. Feels for you. Feelings for you. Feelings for you. You feel like summer, baby. Still catching feelings for you. Still
Start your day with Good Morning Northwest and
Good Morning America.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
As we look at this loop of the radar over the last 30 minutes, this is going to end up being a more active period here over the next few hours across many parts of the inland Northwest, particularly in Northeast Washington. And you can also see that we're starting to get a little bit more lightning than we've seen at other portions of the day. And once again, even with this rain, we still have to be fire alert because there have been a lot of lightning strikes the past couple of days. Each of those is a potential to be a new wildfire even a few days from now, and we have more lightning as we head into tomorrow. Here's the situation for tonight. Basically, we're going to continue to see storms coming out of Canada, dropping down to the north with the way our wind patterns are. We have another kick of moisture headed our way, which is going to become an issue as we head into tomorrow. But in the meantime, we're just going to watch these showers and storms develop, slide to the south across our northern counties, and then late at night, once again, that's going to be our chance for some rain in Spokane and in Coeur d'Alene. Until we get into the morning, then we have a better chance, I think, than we've had here in a little while, at least during the daylight hours. That's because another system moves in. It's bringing in some deeper moisture, so it's going to be even wetter than it has been over the past couple of days. One of the reasons why that flood watch continues to be in effect around many parts of our area. So here's how things are going to go. This is about noon. Shower storm activity over central Washington in the Blue Mountains, tracking towards Spokane, towards Coeur d'Alene, and towards North Idaho. And that's how things are going to play out as we head into the afternoon and kind of that 1 p.m. to around 5 o'clock time frame. That's going to be our best chance to see some wet weather in the metro. After 6, 7 o'clock, you can see things are already starting to kind of wind down just a little bit. Even if you don't get rain at your house, it is going to be lots of cloudy conditions, and we're going to see those temperatures only get up into the mid 70s. Hey, that's going to feel pretty good, especially when we look at the longer term forecast. Air quality not going to change a bunch. I think we'll get back solidly into the green consistently on Tuesday. You could see these nice temperatures heading through the week, but then as we head into the weekend, all of a sudden we start heating up again. It does look like another round of hot weather is on the way, as you can see here for next week.
Well, some good temperatures to maybe go golfing, Matt. And, in this week's Air 4 Drone Adventure, we're going to give you a bird's eye view of one of the most popular golf courses here in Spokane. Let's go for a ride for the Air 4 drone over the Wandermere golf course.
We're here at Wandermere Golf Course, here in the north end of Spokane. Beautiful day out here. I know we have a little smoke coverage, which has been kind of the normal out here this golf season, but still, of course, is in great shape. Kind of used to be almost a little hidden jewel out here, and with how much everything's developed up north, we're definitely getting a little busier. I think golf during COVID, it's one of the few things we could still get outdoors and enjoy, so it seems like golf everywhere is kind of up right now, and we've definitely seen that as well. We are a family-run business. We started in 1929. Been here ever since, stayed in the family. I'll be the 5th generation to go through here. Been through some changes. We used to have ski jumps and swimming and all sorts of horseback riding, more like picnic, fun park place, and then converted to golf course and been that way since. First 9 is pretty open. You can definitely get away with spraying it off the tee a little bit out here, but around the greens, they are kind of smaller greens and some tricky slopes to them, so it definitely comes down to the short game out here. Back 9 definitely have some tricky holes, finishing 16, 17, 18. The river kind of comes into play there. As far as walking wise, it is a pretty walkable course, not too hilly, about 6,000 yards from the back tee box. Here in Spokane, we don't realize, I think, how spoiled we are when it comes to golf. Not only the prices, but the options as well. Within a 20-minute drive, you have about 10 to 12 courses to choose from and all reasonable price. So we definitely are a nice golfing town to be at.
Certainly some beautiful shots there, and that is going to be perfect to do with this upcoming weather. We'll switch gears now. Some schools across the country are beginning to welcome students back to the classroom, but the problem is there may not be enough teachers there to greet them. The American Federation of Teachers estimates 10% of the U.S. teaching force, roughly 300,000 people, have left their role for 2 years in a row. And at least 40 states and U.S. territories, including the District of Columbia, have reported ongoing teacher shortages, with many vacancies in highly specialized STEM subjects. Among the top reasons for those departures, pandemic burnout, school safety, and low pay. That's according to the labor union.
fewer and fewer people going into the teaching profession, which is making the teaching shortage much, much worse.
And one of the risks of this drop in the workforce can include more exposure to misinformation for students. So experts are saying it's very important for teachers to stay vigilant, keeping an eye on their students. Meantime, President Joe Biden has called for teacher pay raises, and despite bipartisan support for educators, no federal bills have progressed through the House or the Senate. Congresswoman Kathy McMorris-Rodgers made a stop at 4 News Now earlier this week. The Eastern Washington U.S. representative was in Spokane participating in a roundtable discussion on school safety. The Congresswoman says a priority for her is data protection for our kids, specifically when it comes to social media.
One did bring up that TikTok, for example, had a bring your gun to school challenge on TikTok. And so, yes, the social media aspect is very real and is influencing our kids.
4 News Now has dedicated special reports to the potential dangers of social media. You can find our complete coverage on the social media effect in reports by anchors Derek Dice and Aaron Luna, along with ABC News on KXLY.com. For the first time ever, those struggling with severe postpartum depression may find relief from a new pill. Trials for the drug zuranolone showed women with the illness had significant improvements in depressive symptoms when taking the pill for 2 weeks compared to those who were placed on a placebo. The study says those improvements were still reported over a month later.
Once you take the medication, a person recovers from depression, and then their risk of relapse diminishes significantly. A long course of treatment, a long course of symptom relief from a short course of treatment, which is very new and a novel thing in our field.
And postpartum depression can happen any time within the first year after childbirth. The only approved drug specifically for postpartum depression is an IV treatment, given the green light back in 2019. The FDA is expected to decide on the new pill on Saturday. And if you or someone you know is struggling with depression, help is available. You can reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by dialing 988.
She felt dizzy and had this headache. They got home. She walked across the garage to go into the house, and she passed out in the garage.
A 35-year-old mother of 2, Ashley Summers, passed away over the 4th of July weekend from drinking too much water too quickly. Her brother says Ashley was just enjoying a holiday on the water when she started to feel intensely dehydrated, so she drank a significant amount of water, a half a gallon, in just 20 minutes. Water intoxication is rare but dangerous and it's caused by drinking too much water too quickly, which upsets the electrolyte balance in the body.
The general recommendation is, 2 liters of water per day on average per person, and that's throughout the day. But you also don't want to consume more than 1 liter per hour.
And Ashley's family is trying to turn her sudden and tragic loss into a life-saving lesson.
If she would have spaced out her water consumption, she probably would be alive today.
Still ahead here, the Washington State Cougars face an uncertain future after most of the Pac-12 announced their intentions to depart from the conference. Coming up in sports, Alex Crescenti has more on where they stand and what head coach Jake Dickert has to say on the matter.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
This Friday through Monday only, it's the anniversary 4-day super sale at Furniture Row. And that means the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus 6 years, no interest. But hurry, the anniversary 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Water is an essential part of our everyday lives. It's important that Spokane acts wisely to preserve our precious water resources and not waste money on evaporation and the need for supplemental water infrastructure due to a burdened aquifer. Please avoid watering your lawn between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and limit watering to under 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. If we all do our part, we'll keep our river flowing strong, even in times of drought.
We're Mr. Relax.
Chances are, when it's time to call a service professional, you need someone right away. That's why Mr. Electric is ready when you are with appointment times to fit your busy schedule. They specialize in knob and tube removal, lighting upgrades, panel replacements, and other electrical services. And rest assured, their work is quoted upfront and fully guaranteed. Call Mr. Electric today and get $50 off your service.
We're Mr. Electric. We have the power to make things better.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
It's the $180,000 plus van life giveaway. Saturday, September 30th, you could drive away with a new 2023 Pleasureway Tofino van and $7,000 in cash. Start earning entries August 1st. Visit cdacasino.com for details.
Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
Not attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now.
Call 1-800-435-6817.
My advice to all the fathers out there, they grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
At Denver Mattress, we believe improving your sleep life should be easy and affordable. And during the anniversary 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Well, if you haven't heard already, we could be headed into the last year of the Pac-12 Conference. Founded in 1915, it lasted the last 108 years, but somehow couldn't outlive the likes of the Big Ten and Big 12, who went over the weekend and picked apart the conference a couple teams at a time. Well, this past week was the knockout blow. Oregon and Washington announced their intentions to move to the Big Ten, and with USC and UCLA starting in 2024. On the flip side, Utah, Arizona, and Arizona State joined Colorado in the Big 12, leaving the conference with just 4 members remaining. Now, we still don't know what the future is going to look like, and that includes the administrators at the schools who made all these decisions. During a press conference on Saturday, Huskies AD Jennifer Cohen couldn't commit to playing the Apple Cup in the future in Pullman, but also admitted, hey, this isn't a perfect situation for anyone.
I'll be the first to say that this is not perfect. You know, there will be challenges. This does require a lot of change and adaptability. But what I do know is that we have a very active student leadership group that has an incredible partnership with our senior leadership team. And we're going to be working side by side to develop the best plan, and that we will have the resources to support our student athletes as we move into this transition.
And that leaves Washington State, Oregon State, Stanford, and Cal as the 4 remaining programs in the conference. Now, there hasn't been a whole lot of talk about any of those schools possibly joining the Big Ten or Big 12. So as it stands right now, the best option is to either join the Mountain West or see if the Pac-12 can bring in some programs from larger markets to try to salvage this situation. But that's going to be up to the presidents and the athletic directors, not the coaches trying to prepare for their last normal season in a long time.
I mean, nothing we can worry about. We got a Pac-12 season this year, and our focus is on winning the Pac-12 championship, and then after that, we'll see what happens. But to try to speculate and do all that would be pointless.
I think in uncertain times, I think the biggest thing that I want to do is double down on the now. I want to double down on this team. You know, our coaching staff, these players, we've poured everything we possibly have into these guys. Okay, so I'm doubling down on right now. You know, and I'm excited about this team. I think we've quietly built a really strong team, and I think we're building something special, and we'll continue to do that.
Now, make no mistake, whatever happens to the likes of WSU and OSU, it's just not good, because the media rights deal is ending after this year. Both the universities will see millions, if not tens of millions of dollars in lost revenue, which in turn will undoubtedly lead to lost jobs, and who knows what other kind of ripple effects we could see coming down the line. Now, let's head out to Anaheim, where the Mariners were looking for the sweep of the Angels this afternoon. Things got off to a great start for the M's. On the very first pitch of the game, J.P. Crawford lifts this ball to right field, and that's gone for his 10th home run of the season. Seattle's up 1-0 early on. We're going to fast forward now to the 7th inning. We still got a tie ball game until Teoscar Hernandez rips this ball into the bullpen and left his 17th of the year. But could Seattle hold on and close this one out? Well, Trent Thornton on the mound for Seattle in the bottom of the inning, but he gives up this solo shot to Matt Thies.
and that'll tie up the game, and we would head to extra innings. In the 10th, though, Eugenio Suarez with 2 men on gets this ball to land to deep left field. Ty France is going to get the green light to be waved home, and he scores the go-ahead run. The Mariners go on to win this one and earn the 4-game sweep of the Angels.
Big series for us, obviously. Coming in here, you're hoping to win this series. We walk out of here with a sweep. Day off. It's been 23 games in 24 days, so happy flight home.
Now, with this performance over the weekend, the Mariners are just 2.5 games out of a wild card spot as they're going to start a series with the Padres on Tuesday evening. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app. Who will be ABC's next American Idol? Sign up now to audition.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. Get 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on a Toyota certified used Camry, Corolla, or RAV4. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like straight lines that seem wavy, blurry or missing visual spots that make it hard to see faces, like this one, or trouble with low light that makes driving at night a real challenge. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. GA is irreversible. It's important to catch it early. Talk to your eye doctor about GA and learn more at GAWon'tWait.com.
Want to drive?
Really?
Most of us agree our roads are safer when we put away our phones. But we still have some people to reach. So spread the message. And set the example. Because that's how we make the road a safer place for you and your loved ones. Together, we get there.
Introducing the pizza so nice, we pepperonied it twice. The new double pepperoni crazy crust pizza from Little Caesars. Picture this: classic pepperoni and crispy curly old world pepperoni, sprinkled with toasted cheeses, finished with a garlic parmesan crust that must be seen in slow-mo to be believed. Holy moly, are you picturing this? Get a large double pepperoni crazy crust for just $8.99. Available all day or hot and ready from 4 to 8 p.m. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
As we head into this evening, if you're watching us from some of our northern counties, we'll see some scattered thunderstorms move through the region. If you're around I-90 and points to the south, I think it is going to be fairly quiet. Just a couple storms in the Camas Prairie.
Well, it's not too bad. You know, at the very least, we'll cool off a little bit. Take that. We're going golfing.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.